Research shows that stones can help you remember ads. To customize and save with Liberty Mutual.
I've been looking for a product like this my whole life. I wear this product every day. We're all putting it on, looking in the mirror.
Two cappuccinos, one latte, and
Two cappuccinos, one latte, and one green tea. That'll be 12.
okay. Can I pay you back later? I work literally across the street. Your colleague Sam knows me really well.
No, and I'm afraid our company policy doesn't allow that.
Please, the meeting starts in 5 minutes, and the rest is.
I'm sorry, ma'am. I can't help you. And could you please move to the side? You're blocking the other customers. You know what? It's okay. It's on me.
Oh, you shouldn't have. Thank you so much.
It's fine. It's my pleasure. I'm Mark, by the way.
Alicia, let me get your details so I can pay you back.
How about you just text me?
Sure. Thank you.
Two cappuccinos, one latte, and one green tea.
Bye, Mark.
You managed to turn that one around. We were so screwed. Oh, my God. But the look on Frank's face when we got the deal. So good. Anyway, tell me about Coffee Boy.
Oh, yeah. He asked me out on a date.
How exciting. Where's he taking you?
Apparently, I have to try his signature lobster risotto.
Oh, how guy who can cook.
I know, right? And he's a rather talented photographer. I checked out his website. Why didn't book him for our next game?
Okay, can you please stop working for 5 seconds?
I know. It's been too long. My mom was constantly on my case about marriage and kids. She says I'm never gonna get a guy. Nobody likes a selfish girl.
That's ridiculous. Okay. You're the least selfish person I know.
Thanks.
Wow. Incredible. Come on in. Oh, I was going to complain about you being late. But I think with you looking this good, I can find a way to forgive you.
What do you mean late? I thought I said 8 p.m.
Nope. Last time we spoke, we agreed on 7:30.
Really?
Yep. And I finished my risotto on the dot. So it might be a little cold now.
Gosh, I'm sorry. Must have misunderstood. You know, with work and everything.
That's all right. What's important now is that you're here. One.
Yes, please. It smells amazing, doesn't it?
Thanks. Wait till you taste it.
Is that your work?
Yeah. I did an exhibition at the V&A last year, and when I finished, I just kept it going at my house.
You're really talented.
So people seem to say. Shall we? There you go.
Thank you.
Oh, so how did that meeting go in the end?
Which meeting?
The only one I know about. The one I helped with the copies.
Oh, right, yeah. It went great. I loved our pitch, and the copies were a nice touch, so we got the deal.
Congrats. Glad I could help.
You know what? Working in marketing, I'm just so fascinated with human psychology. And it's funny to see how the smallest things make the biggest difference.
I feel the same way. It's like in photography, it's the little things. They're the only things that matter. Wow. Did you manage to get even more boxes? Who would have thought you'd have so much stuff?
I know, right? Well, you should have thought twice before asking me to move in with you. Hope you're not having second thoughts.
So I was thinking, as soon as you finish unpacking, let's go ahead and celebrate.
Oh, my friend Hannah from New York is in town, and I haven't seen her in 2 years, so we're going out for dinner tonight.
Really? Today was supposed to be a special day for us.
Are you upset? I thought I mentioned it last week, and
Yeah, I was really looking forward to taking you out tonight.
you know what? Let me cancel on Hannah, and you and I will go on until.
No, it's okay. Go have fun.
Hey, Mark, I'm really sorry. The last thing I want to do is hurt your feelings. You know what? I have an idea how to make it.
I'm so jealous. You know what? I really need to take some time off as well.
We should ask Mark to take you on vacation. How's that going anyway?
Oh, it's going great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm very happy. It's just sometimes we get into these silly arguments.
Like what?
Well, he got really angry the other day when he found that his favorite watch was broken. I don't know. He must have knocked it down while cleaning or something.
It's weird.
Can you fix it? I think so.
It was just the wristband that was broken anyway.
But he got so upset. He wouldn't talk to me for like 2 hours.
A bit of an overreaction.
I guess. Maybe it was my fault for insisting that I didn't break it. He said he was more upset about that than the actual watch.
Still, that's nothing to give you the silent treatment.
I think he's just stressed with work.
Hey, how's work?
Oh, great. We didn't get the project.
Aw, it's a shame.
There's a second account I lost as well. I really don't know what's happening with me lately.
Well, I've got some good news that just might cheer you up. I booked that huge Fendi account, so I'll be shooting in Paris next month.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and that's not all. I've also been invited to this huge celebrity party tonight, and you're coming with me.
I don't know, I'm not really in the mood. I'd rather just stay here and start working on the next project. It's in 2 weeks' time, and
Honey, listen, if I keep getting jobs like this, you don't have to worry about work at all anymore. Plus, it's Friday. You really need to switch off. So come on, go get ready. We'll head out.
do love you in that dress. Oh, by the way, try to take it easy on the alcohol tonight. I've noticed you've been drinking a lot more lately.
I'm not drinking that much, am I?
Well, there's going to be some important people at this party tonight. I just want to make sure things go well.
Sure, I'll do my best. You okay? Did I do something wrong? Just tell me why you're upset. Why? What happened?
Seriously, from everyone. It was a high-profile party. You knew how important it was for me. All you could do was get smashed and flirt with every guy you saw.
Oh, no, I didn't.
I'm not blind, Alicia. You know, everyone was laughing at you and how desperate you were for attention. It's pathetic.
Sorry, Mark. I can't even remember drinking that much.
Exactly. You can't even remember how much you drank. I'm sorry. This is the last time I ever take you to a party.
I just don't get it. I mean, I did talk to people. Maybe I was flirting without realizing. What is happening with me, Sophie? I'm so confused.
Maybe you should speak to a therapist. Mark says that you've been acting strange for a few weeks now.
You talked to Mark?
Yeah. He called me asking for advice. He was very sweet. He's just concerned for you. Alicia?
Yeah, of course.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. I have to go.
Wait.
Have you seen my hard drive? My presentation's on it.
I think I saw it on the desk.
Oh, got it. Thank you. Okay. Oh. Wish me luck.
Good luck.
Can you help me? I'm sorry. Oh, God.
See? You can figure it out. Not a girl.
Okay, well, you gonna be home soon?
Yeah, we should be.
Cool, okay. I'll see you tonight.
Mm-hmm.
See the struggle inside, and you was down my pride, pushing me down the river. The same drip out into where you keep before.
Please leave a message after the tone.
I don't see, I don't know how we got.
Where you been?
I was just out with some friends. Why? Did something happen? Have you been drinking again?
Why are you ignoring my phone calls? I called and texted you like 100 times. You don't give a shit about whether I'm worried, so.
Honey, how many times have I told you to lay off the alcohol?
My presentation, it was a disaster.
So what? It's just a presentation.
You fired me, Mark.
Oh no. It's terrible news. I'm so sorry, hon. You know what you should do? You should get some rest and go to bed. We can just talk through it in the morning. You don't remember, do you, honey? You've been taking those pills that Dr. Rogers prescribed to you. Alicia, you need to keep taking those pills. You're not well. It's getting worse.
Message 1.
Where you been?
Jesus. Been drinking again?
You ignoring my phone calls. I call and text you like 100 times, but you don't give a shit about
Oh,
what I'm worried.
stop it, Alicia. Just look at yourself. You're so pathetic.
You fired me, Mark.
To be honest, I don't blame them. You're useless. Any sign of trouble and it's straight to the bottle. You're just an alcoholic.
No, I'm not.
I'm just being honest. But you could never handle honesty, could you?
mean that. You don't
I don't think you can. Now, look what you've done. You ruined my floor.
I don't care about a floor.
Clean it. Now! Fucking useless.
Emptiness dries up inside.
All right, so that was a short film on gaslighting. Some of the groups that we would lead at Claremont Recovery Center were like addiction recovery. They were brought out by GCB, and they do groups for borderline personality disorder, like a DBT group. They also have some for narcissists. So it's something to keep in mind as you're training and getting ready for leading groups, that some of the things we could encounter. And as you saw there at the end, the whole time, the gentleman in the film is kind of convincing her that she's the sick one, the crazy one. And luckily that voice message was captured. And hey, Tiona, how are you? So if you watch that, if you want to look it up, if you missed it, or just watch our YouTube again, it's called Your Reality, award-winning short film on gaslighting. So a lot of times that means like you're being convinced of something that's not actually the truth. He was trying to convince her she was either an alcoholic or that she was sick. He even called her friend. And for a moment there, it seemed like he had the friend on board, until she got that exit on the voicemail and saw he actually is the instigator, and kind of started a fight and saying not very kind things, and that this reality for her wasn't actually reality. So I know you guys know some stuff about gaslighting. We talk about it and cover it. We're doing the beginning of the group on Wednesday. I wanted to finish with the summary there, but just with forming, storming, norming, and performing, this is one of the group bits that you all will lead a group soon, and one of the things that we would do. Let me see if it works for you. I feel like we played it off of the Dropbox. So let me go back to there. That would be more helpful. So yeah, as you are deciding on which particular group you would like to lead in this class and the date you would want to lead it, just keep in mind some of the population that you would be serving, the different folks that you would be working with, the ideas you want to put forth. And the Girl Circle does give good ideas of a group you could lead. Here's the summary of forming though. So when you're in the first stage of a group and you're forming it with the new folks that have all gathered together for the next 10 or 12 weeks, these are the things to keep in mind.
In summary, forming is characterized by initial caution associated with any new experience, attempting to avoid being rejected by others. During this first stage of group development, group members try to be superficial, center conversation around historical or future events that do not have a direct impact on the group. Tasks during this beginning stage include dealing with apprehension, reviewing member goals and contracts, specifying rules, setting limits, and promoting positive interchange. This serves to conclude our lecture on forming, and I will see you next week.
All right, so that is the stint on forming. We have storming and norming coming up next. We'll kind of dig into that one next week. Let's see if I can get into that one. So, getting to the second stages of the group, storming, where there's like the challenges that come across and the things you run into there. One of the famous authors on leading groups is Corey, and Corey, one of the group counselors. And This is the American Group Psychotherapy Association, just some of the practice guidelines that you want to keep in mind when you're creating that group.
AGPA is the leading organization internationally that focuses on the development and growth of the field of group psychotherapy and the development and growth of group therapy practitioners. Through my involvement with the American Group Psychotherapy Association, I was elected to the board of directors for the organization and was approached by the president of the organization at that time, Robert Clutt, to see if I, along with Joe Copels, who also came onto the board at that time, would co-lead a new committee called the Science to Services Task Force. A committee of 10 people, all leaders in the field of group psychotherapy, reflecting both clinical leadership, research leadership, education leadership, came together, all members of AGPA, and began to dive into the task of how do we create a template that will help practitioners across the board in every jurisdiction to create and sustain group therapy that really meets the highest standards of accountability and best practice. We looked at the field of group psychotherapy very broadly and determined that we were going to focus on 10 key domains that are relevant to every group practitioner who thinks about group psychotherapy in a way that emphasizes the group as an agent for change. There's a tremendous range of ways in which group interventions are applied. Sometimes the group is a setting for change, for a psychoeducational intervention. But we focused on groups that really seek to influence and shape how people see themselves, deal with issues around depression, anxiety, trauma, addictions, and really look at how their interpersonal functioning, their understanding of themselves in relationship to the world can be improved by group psychotherapy. We see that clinical practice guidelines has a tool to augment clinical judgment, not to replace it, but to be a guide for people to turn to when they run into a clinical problem or they're trying to address a clinical situation. What do the experts say I should be doing in this situation? If you turn to the clinical practice guidelines, you'll find a section that addresses 10 key areas. Those areas include how do you establish groups in order to be successful? How do you maximize the use of the therapeutic mechanisms of group therapy? What are good protocols for selection and preparation? What's the research behind each of these areas? Another section focuses on understanding group development and understanding how to engage and work with group processes, which are often a big confound for people doing group therapy. We have a section on what is the ideal stance for the group leader to take in group therapy. There's another section that looks at issues around ethics and practicing in a way that respects ethical conduct and standards. There's a section that looks at combining group therapy with other treatments. Many patients are in group therapy and individual therapy, or group therapy in a group. So we look at principles to help do that effectively. And finally, we have a section on how to deal with ending, concluding successfully a group treatment. And we want people to use these clinical practice guidelines to guide themselves, sometimes to help explain to administrators why they need to do things in a certain kind of way. We've seen many situations already where people have said, my administrator said, you know what, we can't do it this way. It's too costly, or it takes too much time. Take a shortcut. Instead of saying, look, this is what I feel is right, people will be able to say, this is what the experts tell us. And the evidence is that if you stimulate that reflective process on practitioners, you improve their outcome. What that means is that You don't have to change from being a practitioner who emphasizes a particular approach to taking on a whole different approach. Because people's identity often gets involved with the kind of treatment they provide. But what it does mean is that these tools, the clinical practice guidelines, and potentially the tracking mechanisms, help you to be the best therapist that you can be, and learn when you're not, and learn how to remedy that and realign it.
So, if you didn't fall asleep, that's the gentleman who's in charge of the group association.
Being an executive woman
membership.
is not easy.
There is the link for the short film for anyone who wants to see it. Yes, thank you. So that one, if you are searching it, it's on gaslighting. You can turn it back to the beginning of the YouTube when we finish up here in a minute. Just wanted to make sure to get you guys to that 30-some minute mark and get you preparing to lead in your group. So also keep in mind the different groups that you can choose from. There's that link that it opened up into here, leading with Girls Circle. So remember, if you haven't observed your group yet, that's the first part. And for some of you, the main part for midterms, and then we'll start getting into leading groups just before midterm. So you could pick any of these weeks of Girls Circle and go from there. Just get your practice in to lead a group, and that helps a ton for when you do your internships in the next year and a half or so. So with that, this says I'm at like the 33-minute mark, so I'm going to call it a day and then see if you guys had any questions. You can email them to me, and I'll see you Wednesday because we actually have Monday off. So have a good weekend, be safe, and see you all soon.